here in a dream. Back at the bottom of the ocean. I'm at the bottom of the sea. I'll stay down, down. I'm just stuck here in a dream.
The horse, with beauty unsurpassed, strength immeasurable, and grace unlike any other, still remains humble enough to carry a man upon its back. When a service member or first responder takes an oath, he or she has mentally and physically committed themselves with self-sacrifice. From the front lines abroad to the very streets you live on in America, they protect. This oath is non-refundable and it is lifelong. Facing unimaginable dangers and unseen scars, these grounds are a place to recover and face any challenges head-on. As veterans and first responders ourselves, we know that battle all too well. From a simple talk with a friend on horseback to an entire debrief in the barn, this sanctuary has seen recovery take place time and time again. No hour of life is wasted that is spent in a saddle. The way we approach change isn't a new phenomenon. This animal has been with humans over 5,000 years. If you've ever been around a horse for long enough, you'll feel that thing, that electric trust. In that moment, nothing else is in your mind. When they turn into you, it's like the world disappears. We harness that moment to build skills off of. Repurposing requires flexibility, adaptability, and the willingness to challenge assumptions and conventional thinking. This approach can be applied to many areas in life, including business, education, and personal growth. To ride a horse is to fly without wings. This lesson and skills learned at War Horses will help reintegrate back into daily life. You'll learn coping mechanisms, improved communication skills, trust and confidence that will help reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. These tools can be used every day to navigate life and take on many challenges. This may involve practicing mindfulness, setting boundaries, improving communication with loved ones. Transitioning back to society is hard on your own. And when you're at War Horses, you're family. And families solve problems together.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Let's roll.
Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence on this 20 January 2025 in the year of our woo baby. I'm your host. I got Massey's taking a break, doing some stuff. Got to handle some business. Oh man. Welcome to the Monday edition on U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. Lord have mercy. Ah, man, today was the day of the big change of command between President Donald Trump and President Biden. And yada, yada, changeroo happened indoors. Woo, man. Immediately, of course, the event happened. It was indoors. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you guys are a bunch of MAGA wimps and blah blah blah." And I'm like, this is not uncommon. It's not the first time in history that a president has not done an inauguration outside because it's cold. It's cold. Let's matter of fact, let's see how cold. Let's see what the center of the universe looks like right now. Let me see what the center of the universe over on over the food bag. No, I'm sorry. Here you go. Center of the universe. Look at that. 29 degrees. Put a sweater on. Actually, I had the heater on, so I'm not broiling, so I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying? So look at that. Cold weather advisory. This is the temperature in Charlotte, North Carolina. Man, this is cold. And there's some humidity to it, so it's kind of like bone chilling. Ugh. So anyways, this the big polar / vortex and all that. So again, it's not uncommon to have an indoor inauguration. I know everyone's like freaking out. Of course, making it political. And yeah, there we go. That was it. Didn't see really anything that was like a snag when I was watching it. I was like, oh, okay. Let's see what we have. Let's see what's going on. And I expected to have some drama. Some protesters, blah, blah, blah. It just, I don't know. It just nothing really popped out. I mean, the only thing that happened that everyone thought was kind of be like a glitch, I guess you would say. I wouldn't say not really a glitch. There was going to be a singing. Carrie Underwood was going to be singing a song, and it was going to be done with music. And she ended up performing a cappella, which, just her voice. And bruh, woo, Lord, let me get my EER propaganda. Woo, Lord have mercy. She blew the roof off, man. So she just sung the words, and she was going to sing America the Beautiful, and everyone's like, music, Matt Damon, we're not having we're having technical difficulties, and she's like, nah, I got it. Like somebody said, we'll do it live. I'm scared, of course. Right? Oh, what is it? Yeah, it's a heat wave. Everyone talking about the temperatures, man. I don't know. You kind of like, defeats the purpose of having a low temperature ceremony, because then at this point you don't care about what's happening, you don't care about the politics, you just want to get back inside because it's cold. So yeah, so anyways, so that was the only thing I really saw that was kind of like okay, all right. And so he was sworn in today as the 47th president after all the impeachments, all the drama, all the criminal indictments And 2 assassination attempts. People are starting to now admit that there was 2 assassinations to the, I guess you could say the president now. And then, it's just, like I said, I didn't really see anything. I expected to see more, I expect more, more, I don't know. I don't know. I guess it was the one so electrifying. Everyone, it seemed like they were going to a funeral, actually, what it seemed like. But I see the second speech after Biden took off. Yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah. And then he went to the Capital One Center. Now, here's the thing that everyone was talking about. Oh, they didn't take care of MAGA because, they closed off, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking the reason why they closed it off, and obviously for security reasons, they didn't want to reveal too much of what was happening and all that. They used it for the parade ground. So I thought that was kind of cool for the inaugural parade. You're able to see that all the high school students, everyone was, I mean, I'm going to tell you the visceral reaction, the anger, the raw, just people, everything wishing everything was bad on this. And those poor high school students didn't get to march. And those, see, MAGA, there you go, MAGA. Come to find out that that's the reason why the Capital One Center was not going to be used as a place to do it. It was going to use that for the parade. So that was kind of, like I said, that was smart thinking. And of course, all the executive orders that are passing by, all the they weren't scared. What was that? What are you talking about, Wayne? Who wasn't scared? Huh? What? Scared of what? Scared of the weather? What are you talking about? So all the pardons and all, gotcha. The release of what the January. Yeah. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that. So on the first day, of course, that you guys saw the pens being thrown into the audience, Trump issued an executive order, just a bunch of freaking executive actions from the administration, which includes rescinding or altering, any Biden era executive actions, which obviously marks the policy shift from what it was before to back what it is now, or was before what is now. Talked about wind, talked about all this stuff. There were no, exactly that, Wayne. I'm going to tell you what, there was a lot of high school kids that, look, it doesn't matter what president is getting inaugurated. If you are a high school student or a college student, some HBCUs too as well, and you are given the honor of marching in a presidential inauguration, that's history. So everyone really, I hope they don't do that, and they should just not be able to do that. Hey, look, I don't need some screaming Mimi on social media crying how I should not have had. My high school should not be marching in this because of their politics or who they like. Hey, this is history. So this is one of those things where you're kind of like, leave those kids alone. Ooh, I sound like a boomer. Ooh, leave those. Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. Anyways, so the specifics, of course, of all the. I mean, I think isn't he still signing or something like that? He signed on the spot 78. About what was it, 78, 80, 79 or something like that. I'll go through my notes because like I said, this is ongoing. 78, there you go, 78 Biden era executive actions, talking about wind, talking about whales getting killed. And he said that effective immediately. There are only 2 genders now. So 78. Yep, thank you guys. I'm getting the notes. Getting to the chats. It was 78. So again. First day, he as he said, as he campaigned and as he promised, he was going to rescind a lot of them. But yeah, it's everyone's freaking out. He's doing this and he's rescinding that and he's doing this and he's doing that. Hey man, Biden did the same thing when he came into office. Obama did the same thing when he came into office. So Insomniac, I'm gonna get to that. So and like I said, just throwing the pens out. So I mean, I'm not gonna pull videos and stuff like that because everyone's like freaking out about content, like for real, claiming content. If you post my stuff, this is my video. Excuse me, I had some chicken, people are really freaking about content lately. I don't know why. Probably because I guess some credit thing. But anyways, look, man. What was that? What was that term? Elections have consequences. There you go. That's what happens. That's. Again, this is just day one. I'm curious to see what's next, and of course, any person that talks about it. Wayne says only 2. I thought there were like 57 agendas. That's boring. I guess it's only day one. We'll see what happens tomorrow because this still tomorrow. I know a lot of people getting confirmed. I know Marco Rubio just got confirmed as Secretary of State. So yeah, I'm just, man, this is a whirlwind of info. And no, it's okay. It's okay, Insomniac. I have it queued up. I'm because I got some questions too. About some of the stuff that we all said that we were not going to be seeing, and yeah, so I'm kind of like shocked. Well, I mean, we could talk about it in a minute. I'm trying to go over some of the other ones. See, hang on, let me pull up another tab here because there's another tab that I have. Yeah, no, it's okay, dude. It's okay. Executive orders. So here's some of the executive orders that have been signed so far. The economy made for TV. I guess it was a made for TV display is what the I'm reading something from the MSM, the mainstream media expands expected to order to ease the regulation burdens on oil and natural gas production. He did make that comment of drill, baby, drill, and holding off at the moment on the issue. Didn't bring up anything about the about tariffs to China, Mexico, and Canada and other countries. Yeah, but all these kids are losing their cookies. Oh yeah. Oh man. Now they've been too. You know, I'm glad you brought that up, Wayne, because that's on the pile. That's on the thing as well. That's on the menu right now. It's on the agenda. He will only sign a memorandum telling federal agencies to study trade issues, of course, with his America First stuff. Now, he's signing an order renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. You know, I would have thought he would have, you know how you have like the Persian Gulf? I would have thought he would have said like the American Gulf. Like he'd call it like that, the American Gulf. But the Gulf of America, okay, whatever. To me, it's not a, whatever. He's also going to rename, he's also going to revert the name of Denali back to Fort McKinley, Mount McKinley, in honor of McKinley. Again, he signed an order that flags must be flown at full height at every future inauguration day, which means that order because former President Jimmy Carter died, and it prompted the flags to be flown at half staff, and so they got moved up. Now, there are some ceremonies that you have, according to I know in the Army that you can't really lower the American flag, or you have to have the flag raised for specific ceremonies. That's just the way it is. So he's got to be. So he signed that executive order stating that the flag must be flown at full height at every future inauguration day. Okay. Immigration. Woo! What a topic, man! I ain't even got to ask. Hey, Ken, you were. What are your? Are you going to get deported? No, I'm not going to get deported. However, I mean, of course, should have called it Gulf of Buc-ee's. If I do get deported, hey, I'll let you know, and I'll send you guys my address, and we'll be broadcasting from the Functional Veteran Center of Guadalajara. Who knows, man? Who knows how this was going to roll out? He did declare national emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border, and is going more likely to send troops, and also pledged a policy to restart a policy that forced asylum seekers to wait in Mexico, but didn't really give too much specifics. A lot of it's really, I mean, just general swath of information. I mean, comments. You can't really make hey, I'm going to do this, and this is what's going to happen. Ooh, I almost sound like him. Gonna make that's one thing. When I try to imitate somebody, it just doesn't happen. But when it just comes out, it just comes out. He's promising. So the deportation thing. He's promising to end birthright citizenship, but it's unclear how he's going to do it. But I think he's talking about illegals, what they used to call anchor babies. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen because everybody. only one parent of mine is an American citizen, so the other parent was not. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen being I'm a first generation American. It's American being that, we'll see what happens. If whatever, then I get deported, then I'll be probably like the liaison, the WTF Nation liaison to, I don't know, make me the ambassador of Mexico or some shit. He ended CBP One, which is a Biden-era border app that gave legal entry to nearly 1 million migrants. And ended it. Like there was individuals across the border awaiting court dates and stuff like that. And they go, let me see my app. And then they go, I'm not in there, the apps anymore. But thank you so much for providing names, numbers, information, and other biometric data to this app. Because I'm pretty sure it may have been shuttered for its use, but I guarantee it, that database has been created. I'm just saying. So nearly 1 million. Nearly 1 million. And I don't know if that's from what period of time. From the time of the Biden administration to now, or, just in this year. So as expected, of course, he did sign the withdrawing of the Paris Accord climate agreements, which again, we keep going back and forth on the Paris agreements, and he did the same thing when Biden reversed it when he is in his first term. So this going back and forth. And additionally, he did say, of course, like I said, drill baby drill, and talking about eliminate what he calls the Biden vehicle EV mandate. V8s are coming back, baby. So since he declared the cartel terrorists, does that make Mexico the same as Iran? Oh, that's a good question. He's also halted federal government hires and expecting the military and other parts of the government that went unnamed. Didn't say what it was, and added the freeze of new federal regulations while he builds out the second administration. Now, here's my thing. Everyone's freaking out. Well, what about people who are currently in process of getting hired as like a GS or something like that? I'm pretty sure the onboarding and stuff like that for like contractors and all that, I don't think that's changed. But I think as everything goes along, if you got, I don't know, luck of the draw, you got hired, you got hired. And also named, he's set to formally empower the so-called DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. Well, it's not excellence. Of excellence. You should have said excellence. The Department of Government Excellence or something like that. Not DOGE, but I get it. Who Elon is leading it, which kind of funny that we saw Vivek Ramaswamy just drop off of that thing, and now he's going to run for governor of Ohio. So best of luck to you. And then so we'll curious to see what he gives to Elon, the raging rocket man autist. Man, I'm telling you what, he's getting a lot of flack too, doing some hand gestures and shit. DEI. Everyone's asking me about DEI. What do you say about DEI? I'm going my notes here. You're rolling back protections for transgender people and terminating. Now, this is, I don't know what specific rolling back of protections. I'm getting some of this notes from the media. Terminating DEI and inclusion programs within the federal government. And then major, of course, these are just big major shifts in policies because everyone was front loading that stuff for the last 4 years. One order would declare that the federal government would recognize two sexes, a male and female, and that they be defined by whether women people are born with eggs and sperm. So rather than their chromosomes, according to details of the upcoming, I don't even know what is involved in that. Didn't realize I had to take a biology lesson now because of all the whatever. So under the order, federal prisons and shelters for migrants and rape victims would be segregated by sex, as defined by the order, and federal taxpayer money could not be used to fund transition services, transitioning from trans to male, female. Separate order halts DEI programs, directing the White House to identify and end them within the government. So, okay, who was the one that brought up the J6ers? Yeah, thank you. There you go. The pardons of the J6ers. He's ordered an end to the federal cases against the political opponents of the Biden administration, meaning Trump supporters. He promised several times to end the weaponization of federal law enforcement, but the action, he described it as only applying to his supporters. I don't think that's completely true. I don't know. We'll see what he meant by that, because I'm pretty sure the media is going to ask when he has a press conference, he's like, Mr. President, what did you mean when you said that you're going to end weaponization of federal law enforcement, blah, 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 blah. But he's promising to pardon those convicted in the January 6th, 2021 Capitol attack. But he didn't mention that in the inaugural speech. This was the overflow at the overflow crowd when he was talking about the other stuff. So he didn't include any of the other pardons in the speech. But I'm telling you what, this is what his plans are. And are we still calling it an insurrection or not? Are we not worrying? Are we calling it a Gold Corp type of event? Sorry, I don't know why I'm wearing this T-shirt, but it just happened to be in the rotation. But yeah. So again, everyone's going to be. Wait, isn't Mexico a NATO country as well? The pharmaceutical industry is probably the biggest hit. I might have to, might as well have cocaine and heroin on TV commercials. So again, we'll see what happens. Everyone asked me about what I felt about those pardons for the January 6ers. And, of course, I get in heated discussions with everybody all the time. And that's it. Like I said, I've said this a few times, and I've even said this publicly in other venues and other podcasts, that should have been fucking stacking bodies on the fucking steps. Sorry for my language, but that's just the way it is. There you go. That's it. That's my whole thing. They get pardoned. Now, don't get me wrong. The ones that did go to the Capitol that were just like looking around, oh shit, I'm walking around looking at this stuff. I hear, oh, look at that. I've never been to the Capitol before. And they're getting hummed up for 20 years. That I got an issue with. Some grandma that's like, oh, look, I took a picture in front of the rotunda, doing a selfie. That I got an issue with, being arrested for 20 years or something like that. Especially when the cops were escorting people out and they were not, they're not smart. I'm trying to keep it PG. No. Here's the thing. I'm working on my professionalism. So here, I way my podcast in one day could be highlighted for other government use. Other issues. So I could be probably a bar. I don't know if I'm ranting but also I have family watching too. So today I have family watching. I have a watch party going on. So I promised that I would go ahead and not use profane language. So I said, pardon me if I have a flu, a few, couple ones fly out, but family watch party happening right now on the West Coast, East Coast. There you go. So again, that's my thoughts on that. Now let's go to the pardons. Thank you for, I was going to get there. Dude, the pardons. How many prisoners are they talking about? They're talking about, I don't know, almost a couple thousand or something like that for the J6ers. So I don't know. But hang on, let me look at it's a blah, 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 blah. Oh, as we're talking about it, as of 46 minutes ago, President Trump has officially signed a pardon for 1,500 J6 prisoners. So there you go. That's it. So, now let's talk about the pardons that was brought up earlier in the chats. Hey, so this president, or actually the outgoing president, President Biden, said he would only pardon individuals who committed crimes. So he pardoned Fauci, General Milley, Liz Cheney, everybody on the J6 committee, his family. Bro. Well, so I remember somebody saying, you wouldn't need a pardon if you didn't commit a crime. What was that? I think a Democrat said that. I think Adam Kinzinger on the J6 committee. Did he say that? I think he said that. So when he said he was going to pardon J6ers, I thought he was talking about the common dudes at the Pentagon. Huh? Am I? I don't know. Are you being sarcastic, Sports Bar? Is that the coach behind that one? So he had so former President Biden had issued preemptive pardons for high-profile critics of Donald Trump's and member of his own family, which is like as the inauguration was happening, like right before the swearing in was about ready to happen. All the pardons were happening, and dude, really, is this the best America has? It's been sad for far too long. What? Como? What are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know what you're getting. I don't know what you're getting, Coach. I don't know what you're getting when you're talking about Kamala. So everybody, of course, all the politicians that were talking about Trump doing this preemptive pardons and stuff like that. We even had, I remember Senator Schumer was talking about it would be a gross abuse of presidential pardon authority, blah, 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 blah. Now, here's the thing that makes me mad. Well, here's the thing that makes me mad and makes me go, huh. So, who did these pardons? Who did these pardons? Everybody knew that Biden was on his way out. Everybody knew that Biden was not of mental faculties to even be to even defend himself when he was investigated. To the point to where now everyone's admitting that he's not doing too well. He would not have been able to last 4 years. Blah 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 blah. Now it's coming out. So then who signed the pardons? Who did the pardons? I mean, dude, you're kind of like if everyone else is saying that former President Biden was not all there in a lot of decisions, and it was probably like what the chief of staff was running the place and his spouse Jill Biden, then who signed all these things? Now, Mo, that's another thing too. If I was petty, what's wrong with opening up an investigation on who signed the pardons? Ooh, that's a good one, Holly. That is a good one. Kamala Harris didn't get one. Jill didn't get one. Yeah, you're right. So look at them peeps right there. Now look at that, all the way down, like January 1st, 2014. That's like a get out of jail free card for a few, and even like I said, General Milley as well. Fauci, what the hell? So, I mean, So now everybody's like, yeah, exactly. Probably handlers. All those pardons are federal, so the states can pick them up. Yeah, that's a good point. And that's a very good point, Pitt, because that's how they were able to put indictments out of New York for him, right? They were trying to do some indictments out of Georgia as well. So again, yeah, I kind of want to see, I kind of want to see where this goes. I'm gonna say, man, who signed the pardons? Ooh, do I sound like Alex Jones? I'm gonna tell you right now, who signed the pardons? Who was the one that did the pardons? General Milley. Same thing. From 1 January 2014 to now. Dude. Here's my thing as well. A lot of the guys that we had that disastrous pullout of Afghanistan. And I guarantee it that everyone waited until everyone had the opportunity, the ample opportunity to testify after they retired. So now there's discussion going back and forth, and there's arguments on social media. Okay, well, since he's a retired GO, as a civilian, can he get busted, or as a general, can he be brought back? So now this just feeds into his legacy of what the hell was going on. Because now this brings up a good now, if anything else, you're bringing speculation to his service, and also the president's what the president knew, what the president didn't know, or like I said, the rest of the staff. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Macho Man Randy Savage becomes president. Ooh, yeah. You may not like it. Dr. Fauci, the same thing. Even put a little bit more specifics to it. As director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, and also a member of the White House Coronavirus Task Force, or the White House COVID-19 response team. Yeah, this might get us bumped, by the way, from all the social media platforms that promised President Trump that they weren't going to censor people. Because I know one time, Friday Night Freedom had cause talk about something, and it like blocked and completely on YouTube, completely throttled our page on YouTube. So there you go. There's that one as well. I'm just gonna say, why so far back? If you didn't do anything wrong, you wouldn't need a pardon, right? Even after question before, right before the inauguration, there was in 2020, Jake Tapper asked then President-elect Biden about the rumor that Trump may issue pardons. It's like, you're not going to see me do that. Everyone's talking about how this administration is going to be so divisive. Barron will definitely be president in the next 20 years. Well, I'm going to tell you what, with Vice President Vance, part of the Terminal Lance Mafia, or Terminal Lance, what do they call that? Because I know we have the E4 Mafia, the Army. The Navy has whatever they got for their E4s. I know the Marine Corps has the Terminal Lance APIP, your Marine things. Is that a terminal? Is Terminal Lance? What do they call it? Not a union, right? Terminal Lance Club, Terminal Lance Union. Anyway, so they have the Terminal Lances in the Marine Corps, and so makes you wonder if Biden's boy is actually darn. So honestly, we'd be better more just a piece of paper if he just holds it and signed. Probably wouldn't know what it was, and there are reports of him doing that before. That's what I'm saying too. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like a commander being overwhelmed with paperwork, and the first sergeant's going, "Here, sign this. Here, sign that. Here, sign this. Here, sign that. Here, sign this. Here, sign this." So it's kind of funny. Again, kind of funny that after all these pardons that Joe Biden just did, former President Biden just did, talking about, his Justice Department said, hey, acceptance of a pardon is a confession of guilt. And one of their comments about the January 6th defendants, accepting a pardon from Donald Trump is a confession for your crimes. Lance Corporal Underground. Okay. Pardon would be unspecified date, blah, blah, blah. But there you go. That was the old Justice Department. Yeah. So, who did I see pardon? I didn't see a pardon on, which I was kind of curious, which I expected to see more, you get a pardon, you get a pardon, you get a pardon. But I didn't expect to see, some individual. I thought a little group of cliques would get it. I didn't see Alejandro Mayorkas. I didn't see him get a pardon. I didn't see the Vindmans get a pardon. Matter of fact, Rachel Vindman's like, quemada about that stuff. She's pissed. Notice how both of them did self-serving pardons. Yeah. So what? There's memes out there. There are memes. There are memes out there. Do not believe the meme. What about Epstein? There's a meme out there that has a pardon with Epstein's name in it, and it's not true. That's not happening. E4 Navy is a third-class petty officer. So what happened with the Vindmans? Yes, I'm saying they didn't get a pardon. Vindman's wife, Rachel Vindman, said that whatever happens to my family, know this: no pardons were offered to discuss. I cannot begin to describe the level of betrayal and hurt I feel. Well, lady, join the club. After 4 years of being called Latinx, yeah, join the club. No pardon for Hillary. Ooh, that's a good one as well. That's a good point as well. Didn't see that one coming as well. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's talking about how many pardons were signed by who had the most pardons. Or Nancy Pelosi. Ooh, yeah, no pardon for Nancy Pelosi. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see that one either. But still waiting for the cyber awareness Tina to get a pardon. She actually taught a lesson, though, there, Patrick. That's what I'm saying. Cyber Awareness Tina at least taught a lesson to everybody. Even Army media came out about this and discussed it. Army Times put a story out. Oh wait, damn it, my freaking my cookies are showing. You guys are gonna see my cookies. Hang on. There you go. I was they say by your cookies you can tell what you're looking at, and I can't avoid this one here. So, screw it. I'll just go ahead. Anyway, so yeah. So what if I was looking at guns? Yeah, Bill Clinton's going, oh, hey, look at it. Hey, guys, what's going on? Am I going to get a pardon, too? Did you guys know they named a boat after me? Heard you got a suck start to start it. Anyways, from the Army Times. I was kind of surprised to see this from the Army Times. The Biden pardons Milley in a move to guard against possible Trump revenge. And it was kind of issuance of pardons. These pardons should not be mistaken as acknowledgement of any individual engaged wrongdoing, blah, blah, blah. But it's normally, like I said, the Army Times kind of threw out a freaking, I don't know, it's just kind of weird to see them say this when they said that, and it's customary to grant clemency at the end of presidential terms, but such acts are traditionally offered to Americans who have been convicted of crimes. That's why everyone's going about the Milley thing. Now you're going to protect me for doing stuff that was wrong. That kind of sets a bad message as well. So that way, if you only have had a privileged rank and you get so far, then anything you do that was in violation of the UCMJ, then you're protected. Army Times even put up a matter of fact. Let me show you this. The header, the photo that they used here. Look at that. Yeah, a little, I don't know, a little suspicious there. To have that little image up there like that. Like, I don't know. Can Congress go after him separately? See, that's the thing. That's what everyone's arguing about precedent now. Can or they cannot go back and get him, and they can just activate him under the UCMJ. Yeah, okay, as a private citizen or whatever, and whatever. I don't know. I don't know, Pip. That's I'm not a jag. As was said in the Pete Hegseth confirmation here, I'm not a jag-off. I'm not a jag-off. I don't know anything about that. Jag officer. That's the joke, guys. I don't want you to freak out and say, "Oh my God." So just that little picture from the Army Times that just like puts that. I don't know. Is that some sort of hidden message, Army Times? That's just, I don't know. It just looks, to me, it just looks kind of like, yeah, I wouldn't have used that image. Okay. So what about the other ones? What about Adam Schiff? Ooh, I don't know. Does he get one too? I don't know. Does he get one? I don't know. I did hear, and it's being passed, that the 51 individuals, Intel individuals that have said that the Biden laptop, the Hunter laptop, was Russian disinformation, is they're going to have their clearances revoked. So, can a pardon save someone from NATO? I think that's country specific and depends on what happened under what guise. Does that make sense? What's the question there, Insomniac? So yeah, all the pardons, I go. Of course, somebody was saying they were posting a video and they got told to take it down. So I guess everybody who's getting in trouble from the Biden administration is now saying, libel, defamation, don't post this video. This is misinformation, disinformation, which I hate that term. I hate that term because usually when it's thrown and used on someone, it's because it means that they don't like what's being said. And yeah, that's a good point. Yep, that's a good point. So I think that's the Hague. War crimes or what? Yeah, there have to be some war crimes though. They have to be like hurting feelings is not a war crime. Although in this political climate, it seems like it's an atrocity or an atrocity. Say that again about the. Well, oh yeah. Well, the Vindmans. Yeah, there's no Vindman. Nothing for the Vindmans at all. Eugene and Alexander. This is from Breitbart, and it is from Christina Wong. No Biden pardon for Ukraine impeachment hoaxer Alexander Vindman. So there you go. Better not take my clearance. I don't know. I don't want to have to go through that BS. Yeah, I know, man. It's a pain in the butt. It's pretty cool because when I recently visited a unit, they were going through my stuff. They're like, "Oh, hey, sir, punch in your thing so you can get a badge." And then I punched in my info, and they're like, "Oh, well, there you go. You have a clearance. Here's a badge." I'm like, "Oh, yes, indeed. I have a clearance. Yes, indeed." So going back and forth on that, I'm curious to see what's going to come out of the Vindman stuff, because now he didn't get a pardon. I don't know why his wife would ask one. That's a good question too. Why is Rachel Vindman asking about a pardon too? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that's a good question. Don't know. Glad y'all won't be forced to be social experiments anymore. Oh no, Holly. We have other things to be experiments for. What I want to see? Oh, okay. I want to see some alternative medicine for pain management for veterans and active duty personnel. I want to see the reduction of use of opioids for painkillers at any time somebody is injuring themselves. I want a reconstruction of MilMed. I want DHA to stop closing our hospitals down and reducing our newly built hospitals into clinics. If I want a revamp of TRICARE West, TriWest. I don't know if you guys have been following the main page and several articles. Everybody that's on a specific line out west, everything. I think the border. I think it was like border like Kansas or something like that, all the way west, to the West Coast. There's been some issues with medical care, medical insurance, and a lot of individuals have had their care, specifically with special needs children, autism, and behavioral health, have had their benefits cut, reduced, or lost in the sauce, I guess you'd say. That's what I want to see. I want to see, like I said, I'm not talking about experiment. There have been some studies that it seems like the VA and the military do not want to do for traumatic brain injury because is weed or THC or CBD. And, I also want to see, how do I say this? I want to see the end of veteran homelessness, but I want to see it done smart. And the reason why I say it done smart is I always go back to the leader in the Army, that the way our up tempo is of going to these stupid rotations to Europe when we could just really I don't know, put a division out there already. And I want to see it to where, our soldiers are given the opportunity to exit service, because part of the veteran homelessness problem is, I got some notes from the last time me and Spanky were talking about it. I want to see veteran homelessness reduced by, it starts at the unit level. It actually starts at the unit. When you get a soldier who comes back and you're rushing him to get out, or you don't give that soldier enough time to transition out, to look for work, to go through their transition service. And I'll talk about the transition service again. And it breaks my heart to hear about a soldier who just gets thrown out into the streets because of a rotation, because their commander decides to throw them out because of whatever, or did not give them the opportune time to do their processing out of the military, to go ahead and hit ACAP and SFL, Soldier for Life stuff. And I'm gonna tell you what, that program needs to be readjusted as well. You can't have a program that says, hey, I want to do all these apprenticeships and stuff like that, and then not authorize it. Again, I mean, one of the things that I brought back to that got pretty heated is like, I want to get a soldier that is getting ready to come in. A pulley is what they call. And I want to get a pulley, take them to the nearest installation, and I want them to go into an outbrief or to go to ACAP. So, SFL TAP. I want them to go to an SFL TAP session and ask the soldiers that are getting out, hey, while you were in, did you get this? Because this is what they're recruiting me for. No. Oh, well, okay. Did you get this when you were as you were getting out? No. Did you get this? I got some college, I got some tuition assistance stuff, but they wouldn't let me go. Okay. Did I get, whatever benefit that they were promised to come in? Ask a class an SFL tap and see what happens. That to me is what will assist in helping solve the veteran homelessness issue, because it's not happening. I mean, it's not happening at all. I see it. You see it in the inbox. To include our behavioral health, you have one specialist that's going to see a soldier and they're scheduled 3 weeks out, but their issues now. And I'm not talking about, guys who really, that need to see somebody. Well, I'm talking individuals that have been really, I would say just, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't separate it, but it just, to me, it's not alternative medicine. It's the original form of medicine and using our plant resources. Yeah, I'm telling you. I am telling you right now, there have been veterans that have used CBD, THC. I'm not talking about smoking weed or something like that to have that too. Oh, he's too stoner, but no. I'm talking about guys who like use edibles and stuff like that, and then test it. Like, all right, you're going through the VA process. You're getting medically retired, or you're going through some pain management. Here's a couple edibles to see how you feel and stuff like that. Are you aware of any data tracking how long after discharge the homeless vets become homeless? At the at-risk soldier, that's another thing too. We did ask some VA friends about it, and they said that there's not enough. Well, I shouldn't say it's not being tracked to have enough information to provide statistics. If that makes sense, Patrick, meaning that the soldiers that are getting ready to get out, there's not being recorded, because it also it's incumbent on the soldier to fill out the documents correctly. I think it's Insomniac says, I think it's BS when a soldier comes to a base, signs up for an on-post housing because his family wants to feel safe and secure, and they ask him to take, they ask him to take an AER loan to live in a hotel because he has a house. Yeah, that's another thing too. PCS moves, all these changes and stuff like that. That's what I want to see change. That's what I want to see from this administration, because we're going to talk crap about this administration just like the last one when it came to benefits and stuff like that. And I'll be honest with you. Then you talk about, Insomniac. You talk about AER. AER is leaps and bounds way better in improving their processes to get assistance out for troops a lot faster than what they used to be. And a lot of it too is, again, goes back to the individual soldier. It's incumbent upon the troop. I sound like that One Punch Dad meme just now. Who the freak? Now, soldiers need to fill out his standards of discipline. That seems to be like the standard retired senior NCO voice, right? Standards of discipline. It's incumbent upon the soldier to fill out the proper documents to get that AER grant or loan or whatever. Some of the big frustrations that I've seen processing, and I've assisted with AER. I have assisted a soldier in assisting getting assistance from AER. And a lot of it is, hey, AER wants you to fill these documents out. You got to make sure you fill this out, blah, 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 blah. And the soldier doesn't do it or takes their time, puts them and pigeonholes himself in a situation to where now they're getting mad at AER for not working fast enough, when if you had just processed the documents when AER asked, then you'd have been go. Who the freak? Exactly. Waiting 6 months for a house. Post luckily had a cousin who was stationed at the same place. Yeah, the processing too. And for the confirmation hearings about the Secretary of Defense, incoming Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, I didn't see any of the congressional individuals, the individuals in Congress, all the senators. I did not see them ask any questions about what they were going to do for Soldier for Life or soldier quality of life, pay, chow, education. Part of the lethality thing also is to be lethal, and part of the lethality thing that fits the cogs, all the cogs fit together, is that you got to make sure you feed us, make sure you're not putting us in crappy barracks, crappy housing, and make sure that the benefits that you say we're going to get when we enter the service, we're going to get them when we're in the service. Yeah, I know. Branko says, "Trust me, Ice. There's more of us out here on the street. We don't need more to fill the ranks out here." Yeah, I know, man. It pains me, and you know, I wish I could help everybody. I wish I could just throw cash at somebody or something like that, or help them walk through some processes or stuff like that. It's just hard every case. I mean, this is nationwide. People need to understand that procrastination is as bad as toxic leadership. All right, that's a sergeant's time question we always ask. Do you have toxic leadership, or are you a toxic soldier? I know Kansas City, Missouri vets are building places for this. It's on Bannister. Oh, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. No drugs or alcohol or fighting. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. KCMO has some facilities. I know there's some in St. Louis. I was just there. I was just there doing some stuff. Doing these getting these warrior home transition stuff like that, where we try to get homeless veterans off the street, get them into programs. They're in like a team house, and then it's pretty fascinating. There's a place out in Colorado that does that stuff too, so I'm thinking about checking them out and seeing what's up. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Out in KCMO, I've been to that one too. But yeah, there's programs where they have, and that's the thing. I want to see funding go there. I want to see the funding go there. You know, we also have veterans that are not in this freaking, that are not on the continent. You have veterans that are in Hawaii. You have veterans that are in Alaska. You have veterans that are in Puerto Rico. All other of our national, and there's some homeless vets out there too. Hang on, somebody tell me that's a crappy neighborhood, but it's better than nothing. Oh no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, I've been to that spot recently. In my travels out west. So, oh, okay. Well, it's just been. Yep. There we go. We just got breaking news. Is this breaking news just now, or it's just happened? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, it just happened just now. Happened about 10 minutes ago. Yep. 10 minutes ago, 8:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the news is that President Trump just revoked allowing members of the transgender community to serve in the military. So in the signing ceremony, this is the Capital One stuff. This is the other thing too. Okay, so I didn't see this right here. There you go. I know there's the conversation about the two gender stuff. I didn't know about the transgender shit. Now here's the thing that how do I say this? I've always said this. We have always said this. If you're willing to raise your right hand to serve our country, I don't care what you are. There you go. That's it. That's kind of that's unfortunate. Because I know plenty of transgender veterans that and service members that are out there getting at it, and you wouldn't know that they were transgender, or you wouldn't know, or they're not affecting the mission, or they're not affecting their organizations. So there we go. We'll see how that's going to cause waves, which I'm sure it will. Man, it's already been an hour. God, I want to take a break. Man, time to take a break. Cavazos. What about Fort Cavazos? Fort Hood, formerly known as Fort Hood. So we'll be right back. I'm gonna take a break. Make sure you hit the head, smoke them if you got them. Shots. Right back.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
Soldier's tale of wild misdeeds, from the chow hall to the PT grind. You won't believe the things you'll find. Drill sergeant's rage, a fiery secrets lie. Army WTF, you can't deny. Army of the stories unfold. In the heart of the chaos, the truth is told. From the field to the base, the legends grow. Army of the force, the madness we know. A Humvee stuck in the mud so deep. A midnight rain, no time for sleep. It moves straight like gold in hand. The strangest sights in this foreign land. Drill sergeants rage, a fiery storm. Private antics far from the norm in the shadows where the secrets lie. Army WTF, you can't deny. Army of the stories unfold. In the heart of the chaos, the truth is told. From the field to the base, the legends grow. Army of the force, the madness we know. The mud so deep, a midnight rain, no time for sleep. It moves straight like gold in hand. The strangest sights in this foreign land. Drill sergeants rage, a fiery storm. Private antics far from the norm in the shadows where the secrets lie. Army WTF, you can't deny. Army of the stories unfold. In the heart of the chaos, the truth is told. From the field to the base, the legends grow. Army of the force, the madness we know. In the ranks where the wild things roam, every soldier's got a tale of their own. From the absurd to the downright strange. Army of the force, it never will change. She'll raise a glass to the tales untold. In the Army's world where the brave and bold live the moments that make us say Army of the force every single day.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Hey, you! This is the heavy monster sound.
I come from a long, long line of denim jean. Cut beside all types of fiends. I rob the DEA and overdose. Spend the cash on guns and coke. I am the warmonger, more crazy strong. Dropping drones inside Iran. I'm the big bad supercharged sex machine.
And we're back. Oh man. So what was the next fire we have in the fire and irons in the fire? I guess, and this is like happened within the last, I don't know, 72 hours, 48 hours. And it caused, just mere posting about it caused so much drama on the main page. And it was the the banning of TikTok. And what somebody said, you sent me a picture. Who sent you sent us in the inbox? Anyways, so the TikTok ban happened and then it didn't happen. And what's funny is that, look, everyone was literally trying to sharpshoot us and say, why was this posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments? Why did you need to post this? This page sucks. You guys need to not post this anymore. What do you, blah, blah. I mean, dude, just stop. You know, why are you getting so freaking butthurt? So there was, for a second, I don't know, it seemed like it was just like a few hours, it seemed like, TikTok was banned. Now, it was funny because TikTok, and I'm going to tell you what, they were smart in this. And TikTok, by posting this, saying, sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. The law banning TikTok has been enacted in the U.S. Unfortunately, means you can use TikTok now. Now, it was supposed to have been a ban that was supposed to have started at midnight. And instead, they did it at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. And, bruh, people freaking out. Service members, all the TikTok, I mean, planetary meltdowns. The second blurb of this post, of this comment, we're fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Please stay tuned. Now, everybody was, what is TikTok? Wayne, TikTok is the thing that kids use. It's like Instagram. And so, yeah. So, again, it was out. It was gone. It was, and people were freaking out. Now, people were also doing the, I don't know, they were like wondering, was Trump going to do something? Is Trump going to do something and all that? And people were now talking about the connections that specific senators that did that sponsored the bill to ban TikTok. Then, for that. Well, because this thing was going to happen, there were some. Patrick says that for a few hours it was down. It caused a sudden surge in productivity amongst junior enlisted. Yeah. All of a sudden, lethality came. Lethality was lethality. What was even funnier is that individuals on TikTok, to include U.S. service members, were going to say, hey, there's another app you could use called Red Note. And use that one. Now, the concern of TikTok being a Chinese tracking spyware app was the biggest concern. But the individuals, to include service members, go on TikTok talking about going to RedNote, an actual Chinese app. An actual Chinese app. We can argue and debate all day how TikTok is connected to ByteDance, connected to China, connected to whatever, who runs it, Oracle, what phase, whatever. But look, right now, if you're listening to me on any platforms right now, your data has already been taken anyways. Somehow or another, you are being tracked anyway, so it doesn't matter. So congratulations for listening to us. That way you can get all this. Anyways, so individuals were posting stuff on TikTok. It got to the point where individuals were posting fake RedNote accounts, were grabbing a lot of data and a lot of images from other people's TikToks and posting on RedNote. I mean, I don't want to say I told you so about just leaving, exactly like somebody said, just leave the app alone. Leave it alone and figure out the end. So now everyone's talking about, everyone on TikTok was going on RedNote, and then everybody on RedNote were getting Chinese lessons, Mandarin, in how to, this. And then people were talking about how if Trump saves this, then we're going to love TikTok even more. And then we're going to go MAGA, blah, 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 blah. Not more than a few hours, later. Do they give you a free bag of crab rangoons if you go to RedNote? Ooh, that's a good question. Sweet and sour chicken as well. Kung Pao chicken too. Some fried rice. So now TikTok is smart in placing that shred of doubt in everybody who was on the left-leaning side or liberal or stitch coming individuals that use that. Now you can go back and forth and say how many business owners were on TikTok or business user were using it. Actual business users, actual business owners are talking about it. Somebody called it. Somebody said it was a G-rated OnlyFans. So now TikTok came back. Before you say that, Holly, TikTok came back and, of course, put that message as a result of President Trump's efforts. TikTok is back. However, people are now questioning, how did it come back? Well, Holly, thanks to Meta, you now are going to have mega TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You can't make this up. Had you just left it alone. Did I like the inauguration? It was an inauguration for what it was. Hi, Musa. How you been? So now this has cascaded in a bunch of issues to where meanwhile, MySpace is sitting there going, all you had to do was be loyal. I'm going to get to the inauguration in a minute. So, what next? What now? What are we going to do with all these kids now that have jumped to RedNote and are now posting on RedNote and TikTok now? Well, I'll say this. If you downloaded and accepted the terms of agreement on RedNote, you are now considered, I consider you like a vector of, you are now a conduit to Chinese spyware. So, apparently, bring MySpace back. Apparently, Trump is giving a speech during a halftime of a college football game right now. He's riding that wave. So again, you get what you deserve, I guess. That's what you get. Bring back AOL chat. So again, individuals that it's always the ones, and here's the thing, it's always the ones that are calling individuals extremists, that are calling individuals traitors and seditionists when it comes to like January 6th, or even talking about January 6th, are the ones that are using RedNote, which is probably to me far more traitorous and sedition. And, hey man, like I said, I'm a Cold War kid. Red Dawn, Wolverines, Rambo, Green Berets. So now everybody went to RedNote. Well, then now that TikTok is back up, now nobody knows what to do. So it's like everyone's uploaded a bunch of stuff and has already created their clout on Red Note, and then now, oh, okay. Now somebody said, is it too late for TikTok? Like, in other words, because they did this and they banned and they lost a lot of individuals to that. Do you go back to TikTok? Are you going back to TikTok? Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly that, Wayne. Wolverines. I'm thinking about buying some property out in Kansas, out in the Kansas prairie, to get some, Wolverines. Isn't that all the scenario? Wolverines happen in Colorado, though. But yeah, it's. So spare me with your, that guy's an insurrectionist, January 6th, blah, blah, blah. I want to know how many, and I'm going to tell you what, I want to know, that it's okay. I mean, I kind of don't care anyways, because China was already hacked OPM. So they already have all my clearance information. So there you go. But still, I just think it's funny how everyone was literally sitting there, literally saying this. They were saying that I hate this country, and this is I called it a digital January 6th, because somebody got their feelings hurt. They didn't want, they didn't like this platform being deleted, and now they're crying about freedom of speech. When you could go to X, you could get your own app. Isn't that the excuse when people are crying about getting deleted from Twitter for just saying that's stupid to somebody, and then somebody cry and complain? Yeah. Oh yeah. Epstein didn't kill himself. So again, my biggest thing, the trend that we started to see on TikTok, and this is from the inbox, is that you started to see a trend that's happening right now, and that trend was the trend was going to be doing lives, TikTok lives. Individuals will be sitting at their desk with TikTok in uniform, no matter where, and would talk about what they're doing. Recruiters, I mean, you have a group of soldiers that are huddled around a phone and they're doing a TikTok live. That was my thing too. That was the trend. So this was like around January 13th. It's not too far long ago. January 13th, that the Chinese app Zhizhongshu or Little Red Book or Red Note was the top of the UK and US app store markets. And this was back, like I said, this was around the 13th. So yeah, exactly that. Texas. Yeah, imagine if Red Dawn had Instagram and TikTok. Oh God, oh my God, I know. Nobody would believe it. Nobody would believe it. If Red Dawn happened, if they were to do a Red Dawn in this series, there'd be somebody filming, in the background with their phones, and they'd be like this, and they go, look at this, Jade Helm's happening. Who are these guys? These parachutes, they're coming to my school, Jade Helm. Then there'd be one saying fake news, tinfoil, fake news. That's not really happening. So anyways, Red Note was doing pretty good on the on the App Store. And I'm just like, what is going on? So I kind of waited a little bit to see what was the deal. And it kind of piqued my curiosity. I'm tech curious. I'm curious about a lot of things, so I was tech curious myself. And Red Note was modifying their platform so that way it became more user-friendly for American TikTok refugees. That's what they were calling each other. They were calling each other TikTok refugees. And so now everybody's like going, oh man, TikTok, man. I had to go over here. Well, TikTok, the Red Note app. Now, mind you, these are, you're like communicating point on point with Chinese citizens, which everybody, of course, in their right to report anything to intelligence. You want to talk about snitching and stuff like that, and rats, and you want to talk about MPs. If MPs are like China, the Chinese citizens are like MPs. They'll rat on you for everything, narc on you for everything. No, I shouldn't say that. Some MPs are cool. I'm quite close to a couple of MPs that are pretty cool. They're cool as hell. So they decided to change. Now, mind you, this is as of 13 January before all this drama was happening with them them, banning and then unbanning. Like the Red Dawn game Homefront, I recommend a view of the video. Yeah, exactly that way. First world problems. So then Chinese individuals were actually asking, are you American or whatever? And they're explaining how to speak Mandarin so you can like navigate Red Note. And that's kind of funny. It's really kind of funny when you say this. There was no multiculturalism here. You're multicultural, but you got to speak our language. You might be an American. So they had they were calling the TikTok refugees, mostly Americans. And they were now on TikTok having tutorials on how to set up an account on Red Note and how to navigate the whole thing. Which I thought it was funny. Now, at the time, it was rumored. And then it was confirmed that members of our military are migrating under Operation Note. And Operation Note was more details that were coming out, but there was an account that like started blasting a bunch of stuff before me because, like I said, I'm tech curious, but I'm not like going to hover it and lose sleep on it and veg out on the couch and just scroll. But that Operation Note was happening so successfully that the Red Note CEO provided a welcome video in TikTok in English. Hey, welcome to Red Note. Here's what you need to do when you have Red Note. Big happy family, right? Yeah, and by the way, why don't you just download Temu and Wish? So now you have Americans literally connecting chat to, point to point. Well, I think the Chinese also probably didn't expect this either. I'm like, cool. They're like probably going, what the hell's going on? Why are these Americans? Why are these round eyes coming in here? So now you have Chinese citizens and American citizens making memes about each other, all while learning Mandarin. Which I'm honest with you, some of them were pretty funny. Some of the memes that I saw that was sent to me and all that. And because like I said, I was just perusing, asking individuals who don't care, who don't mind, and all that. So I just kind of like, that was pretty funny. How did we get this way? How is it that we got to this point to where we were so like, how did this? Well, you guys know that the Supreme Court, the lawyer who represented the U.S. And to maintain the law banning TikTok, they were being asked, from the Supreme Court judges, and they could not answer. They could not explain how the PRC will covertly manipulate the means, how TikTok would be used to serve up TikTok users. So meaning that TikTok users were curating all that stuff up on its own without the help of the PRC. English, yeah, exactly. English, do you speak it? So the Chinese making fun of Americans on Red Note. The majority of them didn't know. I mean, some did, but didn't know that TikTok was going to be in the chopping block, commonly know. Just like how some of you guys in the chats go, I didn't know this was happening. So there are some individuals, I know a lot of people like, I can't find it hard to believe. No, there are some people that don't, whatever. So after the SCOTUS testimony, that's when Red Note started to see mass downloads from the U.S. And then TikTok users were like literally talking to each other to avoid Meta and other platforms as part of the digital. So if a digital protest, kind of like the January 6th is what I said. And the Meta's lobbying to shut TikTok down in the name of national security pretty much caused the largest, blowback and backfire in I guess you would say information operations employment. So again, I'm just going to say what's really funny is that, what's really funny is that everyone was talking about national security, but if you go, and I do remember this in my travels in Kansas, is that Russia funded a news station in Kansas City, 105.5. Sputnik, RT, plays radio out of Kansas City, which kind of makes you wonder why all the narratives of how anti-American or anti-support for NATO allies and stuff really kicked out. Really fascinating when you look at it. It's hilarious. So again, Red Note, I mean, if you want to talk to Chinese citizens specifically, I would recommend that if you are a service member and you are on Red Note, yeah, I suggest you leave your phone in your car or not even take it inside. And we actually are talking about, I don't know, thinking about posting individuals who've been using Red Note in their work. Sorry. You already posted stuff to TikTok. I get it, but this is a little too close for a comfort for me. Trump should make his own version of TikTok. Call it Truth Talk. Okay. So again, we'll see what happens. I don't know if a lot of people are going to go back from Red Note to TikTok anyways. So I'm just thinking, we'll see what happens on that one, because I personally don't have that. I know some of our content creators have TikTok, and I've already told the team, exactly that, Gary. Just disconnect everything. And I did tell the team that we will not be on Red Note. TikTok for me was good enough, and I was happy with that, and it didn't really bother me as much. But also TikTok, believe it or not, pays out more than YouTube and Meta. And X. Because I know there's sometimes we're posting stuff like, yeah, this is gonna trend. Yeah, it's gonna be great on and on my X, and I'm like $50. I was dropping some bangers. So that's my pay. Okay, so the inauguration. So anyways, individuals were on the main page crying. Why did you post this? Why did you feel the need to post this? Why did you post it at all? Blah, 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 blah. Why does this have to happen? Blah, blah, blah. Well, because our soldiers use it. And if U.S. Army WTF wants is posting, that means it's somewhat connected to the veteran community. So there you go. That's my biggest, that's my thing. Yeah, it's a very ignorant pipe dream. What does my shirt say? My shirt says Gold Corp, the world's premier non-fiat PMC. Gold Corp. If you'd have paid attention to the song, it was a Gold Corp limit. So, okay, so the next thing we got posted. Now, look, during the inauguration, people were walking inside, and there was a Marine. The guy was getting hit in the face by a flag, and then when he did a facing movement, his cover got tilted backwards. Everybody on the internet thought it was hilarious. Everybody. But for some reason, we have individuals that have their fourth point of confidence. Dude, stop. Just that it's a meme. It's a meme. We all laugh. As a matter of fact, so many Marines are posting about this, laughing, that when WTF Moments posts this, oh no, you guys better take it down. You guys are denigrating, blah, 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 blah. It's kind of funny that the same individuals just a couple days ago that's saying that the Army was so woke is now being so sensitive and butthurt about this cover being posted and posted up on the main page. It's funny as hell. Everyone thought it was funny. I mean, the comments in there. Everyone, oh, this is a disgrace. Oh, he didn't fix. Yeah, exactly. I see nothing wrong, but it's funny. It's a disgrace to post this photo without understanding what actually caused it. This is the one that should not have been posted. Oh, okay. Let me look through your timeline. Oh, you think the military is woke? Okay. Poking fun at a Marine who's ball cap. I mean, come on, you guys think that we don't see other posts that you make when we're going through your profile when you see saying stuff? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. On your TL, you just posted somebody laughing, falling out, carrying the casket, or at the ceremony of Jimmy Carter's funeral. That was funny as hell. We didn't post it, but it was funny as hell. I'm like, why didn't we post that? So I'm like, bro. So the admins went in there and posted some memes like, shh, let people enjoy things. Yes, he held his composure, but still a funny picture. Can't believe I have to explain individuals to memery. Trust me, the Marines poke us all the freaking time when it comes to some of the stuff that we have done. Trust me. They oh man, have you not seen a freaking, Oh man. Everybody needs, exactly. Does everybody need a safe space to talk it out? No, safe space has been signed off by executive order. There will be no more safe space. Oh yeah. Somebody fell out, dude. Oh yeah. Somebody, there's a Marine Corps, like, what's it called? Not in Regs or something like that. That's a Marine Corps run page. And they posted some stuff like that. I think they were the ones that posted that soldier falling out. And everybody was laughing. Oh, you shouldn't have locked your knees. Ha ha ha, whatever. Now, if we had posted that, we would have gotten the same thing. Stop being so uptight. Matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up, Pip. Let me show you. Let me show you the. Matter of fact, let me dig that out here. I'll show it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a Navy page. Okay, not in regs, it's a Navy page. Well, let me show you the image. Matter of fact, and let me show you the image here. Now, this was on other pages, which I thought was freaking hilarious. Everyone laughed. There was laughter to be had. Nobody was butthurt when they posted it. Ha ha ha, stupid Army. I just think the Marines sometimes are more sensitive and stuff. See the guy being carried away? So this was posted on several pages as well. Bloop. Oh, and there's a Marine. Oh, never mind. I thought it was an Army kid. So it was a Marine that fell out. So this is during Carter's, this is from Inside Edition. This is from Carter's funeral. So, oh, look at him. Look at him on that Jerusalem cross. So everybody was upset. Everyone thought this Marine falling out was hilarious. But then when that Marine had his hat cocked back from a flag, all of a sudden now, oh man. Oh, let's stop the presses. It's not upset. You should be ashamed of yourself. The Devil Dogs cover is trying to escape the party. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone laughed at it. Legit. Everybody was laughing. Man down. Yeah, so everybody needs to just, shut their pie holes about it. And that's it. Everyone thought it was funny. I thought it was funny when I saw the soldier fall out. Is the guy okay? Yep. That happens in every veteran, any event where a soldier busts their face, tripping, running around, doing some training, and you see him fall over or something like that. The first thing they go, bro, you okay? Yeah. Wow, that was funny. Oh, man. You see how you trip? Hey, man, did you see how you fell out during President Carter's funeral? Oh, man. Corps man up? Yeah. WTF Moments posts a picture with a hat cocked back. Oh, no. Yeah, exactly. Who's the woke one now, right? Right, Musa? Who's the woke one now? So again, miss me with that BS. It's funny. It was funny, and it's staying up. It's not going to come down. I don't care how much bad hate mail you want to send our way. It's going to stay up because it's hilarious. Because you know what? Every single other page that's been posting up has been saying the same thing. It's hilarious. So get over yourself. What else is Trump doing? Everyone's like dropping some comments in the chat. What? Look, guys, what's happening now? Hang on. Oh, troops on the border. Yeah, we kind of knew that already. That was going to happen. He's named that the order comes from that tonight, like just now. President Trump signed an executive order authorizing the military to draft a plan to send troops. Authorizes U.S. Northern Command, NORTHCOM, to repel forms of invasion to include unlawful mass migrations, narcotics trafficking, human smuggling, trafficking, and other criminal activity. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep, here we go. Here we go. So everyone's going to say, hey, what do you feel about? Yeah, send them. At this point, is my couch available, Francis? No. I don't even know what you look like, man. I don't know. Do you look like your profile pic? I said I'm tech curious, not the other curious. So anyways, I think that covers it. Sorry, I didn't mean to just blab, blab, blab. I do know a lot of individuals that say they would never, ever, ever support Trump again. We're now supporting Trump at his inauguration party. I haven't heard anything about Ukraine, and I haven't heard Israel and Hamas finally had a ceasefire. They're already in El Paso. That took place. No, Holly, there's soldiers already stationed in El Paso. The 1st Armored Division is already stationed there. Yeah, matter of fact, I've not heard anything about Ukraine. So, anyhow, so I think that's it. I think did we cover everything we need to cover? Any alibis? Any other additional drama? Let's see what's in the executive order authorizing. Yikes! Oh Lord, don't get me. Patrick, why'd you say that? Executive order authorizing cover sheets of relief requests will be signed later tonight after it's been routed through the commander. Yeah, exactly. Oh gosh. Somebody's been saying, hey, how come you guys are posting war on cover sheets? Why not? Let me check out the calendar and see what we got going on. Let me see. Let me look at some let's look at some housekeeping here. Let's see. Let me pull that stuff up. Then pull the calendar up. And okay, so today you're checking out the Monday edition with myself. And of course, I have Massey, but he's got stuff going on in Western North Carolina. So, but anyways, Monday edition with myself and Massey. Tuesday with is Michael Carrasquillo, also known as the Pop Culture Warrior. We call him CQ and his angry staff. Mad Mike and Angry Elf. And then Wednesday is going to be the Smoke Pit. I think he's got some dad stuff to do. But Radar and TZ, that's Wednesday. So I think they did one show. Everyone welcome them back. So they're gonna skip out this Wednesday, I think, for some stuff. Thursday starts time with myself and Spanky, Army LPD, Army policy, yada yada yada. And of course, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some stuff that's happening currently with the new administration that I'm pretty sure is going to affect the military. Was it an active fob or a nasty girl one that they built near their border? I think there's that's the thing. They 1st Armored Division is already there at Fort Bliss. And so they did have a fob that was out there. Why is the food bad at Fort Carson? Oof, I know, man. The food issue is what, again, I didn't see Secretary Hegseth get asked that question about our chow and barracks, but maybe he'll get to that. Friday's FTX. That's a bye week this week because they had it last week. And then, of course, co-ops with WTF Nation Gaming and Nemo. So I think that's it for this week. Trying to shore up some guests for February. And I'm looking at the calendar right now, and I don't see anything that's going to be that's completely locked in. So we'll keep you posted. Some good guests coming up. More hard-hitting stories, more guests talking about whistleblowing stuff, what's happening in their units. Yeah, Lewis, good point. Libs, we hate Trump. Also libs. Thank you, Trump, for bringing TikTok back. Exactly that. On point, Lewis. So make sure you share, like, and follow. We are live on 5 platforms, 2 Facebook pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, 2 YouTube pages at WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments, and, of course, on the X app. We get a lot of traffic on the X app. That's kind of cool. That's where it's at. We don't get throttled there. So again, share, like, and follow, subscribe, hit the likes, smash the whatever the kids say, and then I think that's it. You guys got anything for me? I think we're good, right? Well, it looks like we're all right. So that y'all have a good one, and see ya. Shots. Oh wait, hang on. I had to have my camera on. How rude of me. I had little Ken up there. So there, here's big Ken. So anyways, y'all have a good night. See ya. Shots. See ya. Put on me.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Reigns. Officers orders driving us insane. ATF 0 dark 30, no time to complain. Push ups in the mud, feel the muscle strain. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Hilltops in the desert, sandstorms in our eyes. MREs for breakfast, no room for lies. Rocket marches through the night under starless skies. Brothers and sisters we rise. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Drill sergeant's fury echoing in the air. Discipline and duty we all must bear. Battle bodies by our side in the fight we share. In the face of danger we dare. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Souls and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. Memories in our mind. Brothers lost but never left behind. Army WTF moments in the stories we find. In the Army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our sin. Battle bodies by our side, our men. In the Army's legacy we transcend.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Я батько. Я молодший брат.
Я водій маршрутки. Я скоро одружуся. Я фанат Шахтера.
Начальник отдела продаж. Я прораб.
Я программист.
Я свидетель на свадьбе.
Дядя Юра, таксист. Я вчитель фізкультури.
Я студент-геолог.
У мене своя фірма.
Я кращий друг зі школи.
Я сусід, який завжди стукає по батареї.
Я єдиний син.